Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Monday, December 14th, 2020. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Monday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. You'll notice right here that price reversed off the lows of Monday's session, 3620s, and is now testing the 3680s. One thing that's important to note here is that in the intraday time frame here, or the 60-minute time frame, the weekly pivot range right now, we have an inside value relationship for the week, and price is currently holding above the previous week's midpoint of 3667s. That's important because that opens the door to a continuation toward the previous week's high at 3714.75. So we could be looking at a continuation higher toward the previous week's high here at 3714.75. Now, if there's any failure to hold 67s, that could open up a failure here back toward the previous lows, which is 3620. So right now we are right above the center of the previous week's range. Inside value would suggest that we may start the week with a little bit of directional conviction above that mid, which could open the door to a push toward 3714s unless a failure at 67 occurs. Now, we do have later on this week the Fed interest rate decision and the FOMC statement. That'll be Wednesday afternoon, so we could see some early action this week, followed by some compression heading into that event. We'll get ourselves another FOMC key level. The last time we got one was November 5th. That level right there could be tested ahead. As we've moved away from that level, if there is rejection at some point, we could come back to it. We'll see what happens here and how we print on Wednesday. Okay, here's a look now at the NQ. Now, the NQ is trading right at its midpoint here, or very close to it. The previous week's midpoint is 12,446. We're right at it, or just below it right now, but above that level starts to open up a path toward the previous week's high here at 12,675. So we had a big pullback here, a couple of days of rejections on the lows, and we are just sitting right above the previous session's highs, right around that area. The NQ currently has a 35% of average range heading into the RTH session right now, trading just 65.5 points of range right now. It's been averaging 186 on a 10-day basis and 213 on a 5-day basis. So we are very, very compressed. This is still the potential for a failure at these highs. Anytime you form a small box above the previous session's high and you give out that high, that could open up a failure. But above the 450s begins to squeeze. So 450 is the key level to continue to watch here. Above that level can open up some upside. Failure to get above that level could rotate price back down toward the previous month's close at around 320s, and through that level opens up lower levels. So right now we are right at the cusp here. Can it get above 450? That can open up some upside. If not, we could see a little bit of a pullback. Here's a look at crude oil. Now, crude oil has seen a very nice continuation to the upside out of that narrow 10-day range. We quantified this 10-day range before, and a breakout from that range could open up a 5 to 6 handle move. So again, if we open up our ADR indicator here, we can put this up to 10, click OK here, and you'll see right down here we have our compression signal. We're looking at about 5.4 points of range as of right now. And so currently we're looking at a nice continuation to the upside, and holding above the breakout point is very important. Again, that breakout point is being held, and that suggests more upside. So we could be looking at a continuation toward 49 and even as high as 50, and until proven otherwise. So any failure to hold that 46 or 46 quarter could open up a failure here. Until that happens, we're seeing a steady continuation to the upside as of right now. So again, any failure to hold 46 quarter could lead to a failure, but right now this thing has been very bullish. Every test at the 8-period average has been defended, and we still continue to see strength ahead. Lastly, taking a look here at gold futures. Gold right now testing the important level here. What we've seen here, again, this is very important. We got a downside break. Again, the 1870s here was very important. When it broke down, we got a big move downward. We looked for rejection on this day for a 100 handle return to that breakdown price, But what we talked about is if we can't get above 1880, then we could see a turn down. That could lead us to new lows. But the fact that we're still holding 1820, 1825 is important because bulls are still defending this level, and that could try to get this thing back above 1800, 1880 rather. Above 1880 opens up the potential for another 100 handle move into 1980. But unless that happens, unless price can really get through there here, perhaps this becomes resistance and we start working downward. So at the moment, you're clearly seeing bulls come in to defend the 1820 zone. But if those bulls don't start getting paid, the stops could come out and we could see a new low ahead. So 1820, 1825 continues to be the area to watch. As of right now, on the intraday time frame, we are seeing a bullish absorption pattern here where bulls rejected, was able to develop rejection off the 1820s, and now higher support coming in off the 1825s. That could lead to a reversal back toward the 1840 level on a near-term basis. A failure to hold 1820 though opens up the downside. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.